Hey, True Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday I did a video post on the Boston Marathon bombing trial, the sensational headlines, the fake coded names, how they build the narrative with sensational information that's meant to tug at everyone's heart. And what we all need to remember is that what happened on the day of that Boston Marathon bombing was a complete Hollywood production, including fake explosions, fake media coverage, fake crisis actors. I'm going to show how that crisis actor footage worked later in this video. But right now, I just want to look at this sensational headline. You have to remember that no one died on the date of the Boston Marathon bombing. That's not me expressing an opinion, that's me expressing the truth. Anybody who has looked at the film, the video of those explosions, the entire areas are cleared out. Behind the smoke, scenes of crisis emerge with fake blood and everything else. Everything about the story is fake. People are posting on my video blog about how this poor Sarnov's a patsy being set up. You guys aren't getting it. He is part of the act. He is part of the act. He's not a patsy. He's not just some random kid they picked. He's part of the act. That's why he was there that day, just so they could give us the one still image of him with a bag on his side. But anyway, look at this story they try to break our hearts with. Notice this is all coming up near the 2-year anniversary of the event. You see how they work on cycles? It's just so easy to see through once you wake up. But let's look at this. Bill Richard knew his son wasn't going to make it after a bomb at the Boston Marathon finish line tore him apart. Oh, thanks, media, for phrasing it that way. After a bomb tore him apart. I mean, it's just sick. Just like the word Holocaust. Do you know what that means? That means burnt animal sacrifice to the gods. Holocaust with Pythagorean gematria equals 33. With simple English gematria, it equals 114. Let me remind you, it was the Rothschild family who wrote the Balfour Declaration, urging the United States to join World War I efforts so that they could secure the Zionist state of Israel. At this same time, they were already printing false information about 6 million dead Jews dying. Again, this is more than 2 decades before the Holocaust. People say a family can't run the world. Think again. I'm pretty sure they do. Rothschild. They created Reuters. They created Associated Press. The two things that break pretty much all of the news in the world, including this story. Let's finish the line. Remember, tore him apart, but the father of three, of course, told his wife he couldn't stay by 8-year-old Martin's side. And they love that name Martin. It has a gematria of 30 and 3. This stuff is just so sick. I mean, the idiot masses need to wake up, and they have a point of fault for not waking up and for being fools and submitting to this. But at the same time, my goodness, nobody deserves to be treated this way. Even dumb as sheep sleep. Whoops. You know what I meant to say. Dumb asleep sheep. The United States of America, in other words. Just tugging at us. Here, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to show you just how they faked out the Boston Marathon bombing. Okay, so if you've been watching the headlines, you have seen that People magazine has been doing a lot of stories through this entire period of time since the Boston Marathon bombing, familiarizing us with the victims who lost their legs, and we've met all these smiley, positive people who are over the tragedy and glad to have survived and eager to live out the rest of their lives now with their prosthetic legs. Just so much of this thumbs up, smiley imagery from Boston Marathon bombing victims. And I'm going to show you how it's all done. I'm going to show you where they really get these people from. Take a look, True Seeker. This is from CNN. They are going to show us exactly what was done on the date of the Boston Marathon bombing and where they find these positive people who are already missing their legs. Check it out.
Roughly 2 million people in the United States are amputees, and losing a limb is not only a traumatic experience, it makes finding employment much, much more difficult. But as CNN's Poppy Harlow found out, there's a unique opportunity out there for them, training American men and women in uniform. Just a quick warning for you before we watch this piece, some of the images in the story are tough to look at. On this simulation...
Okay, that explosion right there is not a real explosion. That's the exact type of explosion that was used at the Boston Marathon bombing.
Battlefield, it's hard to determine what's real and what's not.
We call it hyper-realistic.
Kit Lavelle served in Vietnam and now runs Strategic Operations, a movie set turned training ground, preparing thousands of U.S. servicemen and women for combat.
Individuals who are going through the training here are not expecting to see an amputee. So the shock effect of seeing that happen is priceless.
The action is fake, but the amputees are real. They're actors with a unique perspective.
Are you guys noticing how this coverage right here looks more realistic than anything shown out of the Boston Marathon bombing? Had they just put this on TV and not showed you it was an act, this would look more real to date than any of the hoaxes they've given us in years past.
On what others would consider a disability.
It's more of a gift. I need to share it with people. You think this is a gift? It is a gift.
Heather Morales lost her right leg to cancer when she was just 8.
Yeah, just, you can come up. I just wanted
Ted and June DiStefano both lost their left leg in a tragic accident.
A car came around the corner too fast and hit us. It's a trauma that's been changed, that can change other people's lives as well as my own. It's become an asset.
I went through similar training here recently, and it's as real as it gets. It's preparation that we do as journalists before we go into a hostile environment. And when I was working myself on these amputee actors, it's what made me really want to tell their story.
Yeah, well, I've met people that have already gone through the training and have gone overseas and come back and say that the training helped me.
Really?
Yeah, those are the best when they come back.
Look at how enthusiastic all these people are about doing this kind of work. You know? Smiling, positive. That other girl said it was a blessing.
I can say you made a difference. Those are amazing.
Having amputee actors, what does that add to this? What does that mean?
Complete realism, because it actually is more realistic. And it gives them that firsthand knowledge of what to do in case of a casualty.
Most importantly, it takes away the shock.
Personally, haven't been there. It means so much big difference to actually working with these people to actually simulate with real-life combat.
Personally, I would say thank you, because they're putting out for the military personnel new experience that we need to save lives.
You can see it in their eyes that it's really affecting them.
Do they cry?
Oh, yeah.
You've had servicemen and women in training cry seeing you.
Yes, I have.
Do you cry?
Absolutely.
For the amputees, what could be traumatic is far from it. What is it for you?
It's healing.
And it's personal. Ted served in the Navy for 21 years.
I look at the men and women, and some of them are sons and daughters and fathers and mothers.
That's someone's child that's out there.
Heather's husband also served, and she'll never forget the day a 3-star general approached her.
So he came up to me and just thank you. Me?
Was that the moment when you realized the purpose of what you were doing?
Yeah. That's when I realized that this isn't just, a regular job. My goal is to make it so that someone comes home at night to their family. That's my ultimate goal.
When you go home at night and lay your head on the pillow and know that you have the ability to change someone's life, it's priceless.
A dose of perspective for all of us.
It absolutely is. You know, Brooke, these are, as you can see, amazing individuals, and they've overcome the odds. Heather Morales, the young girl you heard from, the amputee, she was told she couldn't do a lot of things, including probably the training she's doing and also having a baby. She was told when she lost her leg she could never do that. Well, she's now a proud mother. Aww. And June DiStefano, the other actor, told me, you know, her proudest moment was when Dr. Jill Biden came and watched the training and thanked her for what they're doing. So, you know, just perspective for all of us when we think our jobs are tough.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And it looks so real.
And it looks so real. Truth Seeker, this is how it's done. And look at how all those people were so proud and so thinking what they are doing is so grateful. I mean, what are they doing? Crisis actors and military exercises? See, that's the problem with this country. We have such a thing as military families. And I don't know how the fuck it is that in the year 2015 anyone still has any support for the military. What is this? It is time to wake up. If you are my age or older, I'm 31. I'm class of 2001. I graduated in high school just before 9/11. If you are my age or younger and have joined the military, that's only happened because you're fucking retarded or your head's up your ass or you have some really bad influences in your life. There is no reason anybody should have joined the military in the post 9/11 area. Getting fooled by all this terrorism, 9/11 shit, that's a sign of being fucking retarded, Truth Seeker. I know that probably offends a lot of people, but that is the goddamn truth. I'm sorry, 9/11 was such a joke. Apparently nobody's taken a physics class in this life. Oh my God, it makes me sick. You want to know what I was told before 9/11? I hate the fucking military, and let me tell you why. Because they're nothing but a bunch of liars. And the way they recruit us, I came up in a time before cell phones. I'd come home every day from school, junior year on, and have to go through 8 voicemail recordings, all from the military office trying to recruit you. The day I finally went down there, they had me take some tests. The guy told me what a genius I was. I could be anything in the military. Perfect time to join. There'd probably never be another war in my lifetime. Bzzz. Had I joined the military, I would have been nothing but at war. It started right after I got out of high school. God, it makes me sick. You still see military recruiters in high school? We need to get military the fuck out of our high schools. What are they doing there? Don't you guys see it? God, military families. What are you so proud of? Wake up and see what you live in. Wake the fuck up. Such a thing should not exist. There shouldn't be any military patriots. Make me vomit. Because of military patriots, we have stuff like this. I guarantee you all the people who participated in the 9/11 hoax, the Boston Marathon hoax, all these hoaxes, they're from military families. These people can be so brainwashed into anything that they could believe that they're contributing in something good by lying to the whole nation. False flag events. Military police, this is where the sickest people are. Fucking losers. Let's watch the Boston Marathon bombing for real. Truth Seeker, there's so much stuff here. I mean, this is just enough. Anybody who doubts it after seeing this is just retarded. The masses are. You know, I've showed this to my sister more than a year ago. I showed her this in 2013. This video was out there, and she thought it didn't prove anything. She said that could have just been one guy in the crowd. You know, that's the quote about believers. You can't change a believer's mind. People who believe in the United States of America, which is what the asleep masses are, there's no evidence that's going to shake him. But for we awake people, we can further enlighten ourselves. There's a news interview with this woman and her family that happened afterwards as too. It's just all so fake. All these people have coded names. There's a lot of jokes on the screen here. Look, here's the guy whose leg was blown off who got to go to the hockey game and everything. You could see his leg was already gone before that poof. There's no blood anywhere. This is probably one of the people from the Crisis Actor videos we just watched. You know? Notice there's no dead 8-year-old blown apart anywhere. See, True Seeker, the sheep don't have a leg to stand on. That's why you guys who get shouted down by your friends and family, you need to become braver and speak anyway. Make these people look like fucking idiots, because they are. You know? You're not one of the idiots. You need to realize that. No matter how all these sheep call you, don't let that make you back down. They are the idiots. We need to turn the tide. No more lies like this. These are Zionist Jew lies. These are the people that created our sandbox we live in, even our language. That's why they made lie equal 26 and God equal 26. Because that's what God is in this world, a bunch of lies. Shouldn't be. That's why God's been drowned out. Been drowned out by a bunch of lies. People believing in those lies. From Christianity, the Boston Marathon bombing. Sensational headlines for sensational people. Until next time, Truth Seeker.